This might seem like a slightly odd topic for IELTS speaking, and of course for IELTS speaking part 2, but objects is a reasonably common topic that could come up across really all parts of the IELTS speaking test. So we're going to look at 2 cue cards for objects. The first cue card will be more open and it will be about objects in general. The second cue card will be about a specific object and something that will be really useful to understand some vocabulary about. So let's take a look at the first cue card. Describe an object you own that is important to you. You should say what it is, when you got it, where you use it, and explain why it is important to you. So a very general open cue card about an important object. And I'm sure we can all think of something that we could discuss. So we're going to be saying what this object is, when we got it, where we use it most, and why is it important. Here is our model answer. I'm actually going to talk about my most cherished possession at home, and that's my laptop. I use it pretty much 24/7, so it was an easy choice to talk about it. My girlfriend says it's more like my baby, but she's just jealous. It's quite a high-end laptop in terms of specifications, so I really try to look after it as much as possible. It's a top-of-the-range Lenovo laptop that runs Windows. I had considered getting a MacBook, but in all honesty, I didn't feel like they gave as much value for money. I bought it when I was out window shopping at the local shopping centre. It was something of an impulse buy, as I hadn't really been desperately needing a new computer. It was on sale for the next 2 days, so I decided to take advantage of the situation and buy it there and then. I had a pretty tight budget for the next few weeks. As the computer is a laptop, it's easily transported around, so I can use it where I like. I often visit some coffee shops around the area I live and take the laptop with me. It's great for doing work on the fly. Let's hope it continues to serve me well for a few more years. So there you go, a really nicely rounded, well-detailed answer about an important object, which is a laptop. And there's also some language in here regarding shopping, because we were asked when and where did we get this object. Okay, let's take a look at some really focused language for this answer. So beginning with this expression, a most cherished possession. So to cherish means to really love something, and a possession is something you own. So the common collocation is a cherished possession. So we can say an important object, we can also call a cherished possession. Here we have the expression 24/7. So in this example, the person is saying they pretty much use their laptop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It simply means all the time. And here we have my girlfriend says it's more like my baby. So if you really like something you own, you can say, oh, it's my baby. It's like my baby. It's a bit of idiomatic language using a simile, like my baby. It is like my baby. We can describe things as being high end if they are considered to be more expensive and the best of its kind. And here, specification. So when talking about technology or objects from tech, we can say, what are its specifications? For example, what are the specifications of that phone? Here we have a common collocation, look after it. So if you look after it or look after someone, it means take care of them. And here another expression for high end or very expensive, top of the range. If something is top of the range, it really is the very best of its kind. For example, a top of the range car or laptop. And here we have value for money. So when talking about something that you have purchased, you can also discuss its value for money. It could even be an event or a theme park or something like this. It didn't give much value for money. It was too expensive. It was great value for money. It had a lot of features and was cheap. A very native expression. Here we have window shopping. So a common collocation we use when we aren't really going out to buy something, but we're just looking through the shops and just enjoying some leisure time and shopping in a relaxed way. Here we have impulse buy. So we're onto some very specific language for shopping. If something was an impulse buy, it means you didn't think about it too much. You just bought it very quickly, there and then, right at that time. An impulse buy. Here we have on sale. So if something is on sale, it means that it currently has a discount. And this sort of longer expression, to take advantage of the situation. In this example, the laptop was on sale. So we took advantage of the situation and bought it. The situation being the laptop was on sale. Here we have tight budget. So if you don't have a lot of spare money, extra cash, you can say you were really on a tight budget. Here we have the expression to work on the fly. So often people with laptops will work in different areas as they travel. We can say that this is working on the fly. And finally, our last expression is serves me well. So if something serves me well, it means that it's really given a lot of value for money and it's really been a useful object. Okay, there's quite a lot of really interesting language in here that you should also try and use. Let's go on to the next cue card. Describe a piece of furniture in your home. You should say what it is, how it is used, where you got it from, and say how you feel about it. So, more specific, but still asking you about an object that you own. And here we are discussing a piece of furniture. You should say simply what it is, how it's used, and where you got it from. But the last part, say how you feel about it, is asking you to discuss it. Do you like it? Do you dislike it? How do you feel about the piece of furniture? Okay, let's take a look at the model answer. Only recently, me and my fiance moved into a new apartment, which is closer to both our workplaces. The apartment came unfurnished, so we had to purchase everything when we moved in. It was quite a financial commitment. We really liked the flat though, so decided we would do it and sign a longer lease on the apartment. My favourite piece of furniture we bought is a footstool with hidden cabinet inside. It's quite multi-purpose and I keep some books in it as well as resting my feet on it too. It's not really a luxury footstool, it's quite ordinary really, but I have really taken to it. It doesn't take up much room, it's only a small thing. We purchased it from IKEA, which I'm sure you've heard of. I love visiting IKEA. I'm not sure my bank account does though. Overall, it's a pretty comfy addition to our living room, and I think my fiance likes it too. IKEA products are usually well made, so hopefully it stays in good condition for some time to come. Okay, so discussing a piece of furniture, and in this model answer, it's a footstool. Let's take a look at some focused language. Okay, so we begin with the British expression, an apartment. So an apartment is somewhere you live, whether that's a condo or also British expression, a flat, an apartment. Here we have unfurnished. So as we're talking about furniture, if we say an apartment is unfurnished, it means it has no furniture included when you buy it or rent it. And moved in. So again, sort of around the topic of living accommodation, it's a very common collocation. If we are going to live at a new apartment, then we say we are moving in or we moved in. Here we have financial commitment. So if something is quite a big financial commitment, it means it's a difficult decision to decide that you should spend that money. Here we have some language, lease, which means to rent an apartment. And here we have the name of the furniture, a footstool. So this is usually a piece of furniture attached to a chair where you can rest your feet. And often there might be a cabinet hidden inside, so you can keep things inside the footstool too. We described it as being multi-purpose due to it keeping your feet on and having space inside to store things. So if something is multi-purpose, it has a few different uses. And here we have the vocabulary luxury. So if something is really, again, high-end, top of the range, very expensive, we can say it is a luxury object, a luxury footstool. And here's a great expression to say that you've really began liking something. You've taken to it. At first, I didn't really like reading, but now I've really taken to it. I'm enjoying it a lot more. Here we have take up much room. It doesn't take up much room. It does take up a lot of room. So it means that this object really fills the area. So in here, the footstool doesn't take up much room. It's only small. Here we have addition. So if we say something is a comfy addition, a useful addition, an enjoyable addition, it means something that you have added to an area. So in this example, the footstool's a pretty comfy addition to the living room. And finally, another collocation, well made. So IKEA, which is a shopping centre, a supermarket for furniture, they're usually well made. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the second model answer about furniture and a more specific object. Any questions, please do go to the Q&A and I will see you there.